Things we do for love, love. The things we do for love. Sometimes I wanna give up. It feels like a drug. Trying to find out.
What's good, everybody? This is Tyler Marr, and she is.
The Winters.
And this is going to be Talking Shit with TNT. I know I said the whole thing. I usually don't say it, but we're going to get this started right now. All right. What's up, Twos? How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. You know, just chilling and relaxing, you know, being free. A little bit of
Yeah.
freedom, you know. Oh, man. So what's been good with you this week other than getting your nails done?
I mean,
Looking like a bunch of Skittles.
I got my nails. When did I get my nails done? That wasn't this week. I got my nails done last week.
Nah, wait a minute. Yeah. It wasn't Sunday because I was over here. You did this Sunday.
So when
You did my hair Sunday, so I know it wasn't Sunday.
yeah, but it was like I want to say Friday.
Okay.
I got my nails on Friday. I had my pedicure done Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Thursday.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I feel sorry for whoever had to do these dogs right here. My fucking big toes are ridiculously ugly. My feet got.
My toes are actually cute when they finish, but I, I go to one store to get my nails done. I go to another store to get my feet done because together the two, yeah. So I just go to two different places to get what I like done.
I understand.
And but I wish now that they would put lotion on your feet because when there's no lotion, they put the lotion away now. And I'm like, you done did all this good stuff. You can at least put some oil or some lotion on my feet.
The last time I got a real massage, um, the girl lotioned my body from head to toe, and she was telling me the properties of having good moisture skin all over your body, and that the way it makes you feel is amazing. And I ain't gonna lie, I left there feeling great. It was a great feeling. But yeah, nah, let me stop reminiscing. But yeah, it was a good feeling. But lotion from head to toe, it was really, you know, my feet were soft, my hands were soft. You know, it really was something that I really could have gotten into. The price was a little pricey, but
I prefer oil.
you know what? I'm allergic to oil. I can't use no
I
oil.
was thinking about getting me one. I was thinking about getting me. I was out every week. I say I'm gonna get me a massage, but also it's also when I have my children with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what am I doing them? Because they're not gonna sit there while I get a massage peacefully.
No, they're not.
No, they're not gonna do that.
They're not.
Not them two little ones. No, not them.
Oh hell no.
No, no.
But but I know Groupon
Is that
Groupon been having sales on massage like $30.
well?
I just don't want no man massaging
If
me.
it ain't from my place where I get my
Feet done.
hoo-ha wax,
Mm.
uh, huh?
I said,
If it's not from the same place where I get my hoo-ha wax, it's not going down. We have a relationship.
and you have a female doing that, right?
I like what I like. Period.
I don't know. I got this thing where in those, I don't even want a male doctor. I got a female doctor. I got a fee. If I go to a massage parlor, it's gonna be with a female. If I were to get any kind of waxing, it will be by a female waxer. I don't know. I just can't have a man touching me. I don't like a man touching me at all. I'm uncomfortable. You can call it homophobic.
I wouldn't mind it.
Because you're a girl. I mean, that
I
don't.
wouldn't mind it, but I've had a woman that's
Mhm.
waxed my lady bits. and also a woman at the same place that does massages.
Yeah. Okay.
But I see, I like going there because they know I don't like to be rubbed deep.
Yeah.
I don't like deep tissue massages.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be rubbed. You can just rub me lightly, put
Yeah.
a little bit of pressure. I don't like to be. That used to get on my nerves so bad because for me, for my body,
Yeah.
um, it hurts. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's from the
Perfect.
what I have or
Yeah.
whatever, but it hurts when it like.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
And usually I'm like the same way with that, but I remember the first time my feet were really bad. I used to work at Walmart and I used to wear boots all the time, and my feet really did hurt. And I went to this massage parlor, and this motherfucking chick got my foot and she punched it. Wow! I wanted to punch her in the face the first time she did it. I swear to God, that shit hurted so fucking bad. But when she did it again, it felt good. As she continually do it, it was really, really good. And I missed that. That was a nice place. After she did that, she gave me a body bath on the table. It was nice. And then PG-13 go rated
A
R.
body bath.
A body.
You got sponge. You got nurse washed.
Oh my goodness,
You got a whole sponge bath on the table.
dude! It was a table. It was called a table shower. And this was, oh my God, so long ago. It had to be at least 15, 20 years ago. But just the fact I can actually say that shit is crazy. But it had to be like a long time ago. And I got
I
on the
mean, I can
table.
say that too.
Yeah, you
Not
can.
20 though. Just 15. Just 15.
But anyway, she poured that. They get you on a table and they pour water on you, and this person is washing your whole body down while rubbing you, and she getting every nook and cranny, every nook and cranny, like every nook. But yeah, no, it was. She got every nook and cranny. It was, ooh, it was good, and everything after that, it, it was the best ending of a story I ever had. Not wasn't it wasn't the best ending of a story I ever had, but it was a good ending.
Never had that.
Maybe happy.
But I've after I left my thing, I feel like, if I was to smoke a cigarette, it
Yeah.
would be time to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, exactly. It felt that good though. Truth be told, though, the massage was way worth more than anything else I got from that place for real. But the feet thing, oh my god, I needed the feet thing. That shit was like lovely. You know, what I mean, and I'm noticing now that black men especially, but men in itself are beginning to take care of themselves that way, where they're getting massages and they're getting pedicures and shit like that.
Thanks to us women for telling y'all to go get it done.
Man, please. And the crazy thing is, growing up in my 20s, that was not masculine. That was like, you were soft doing that. Very few people got it. Now everybody do this shit.
That wasn't masculine.
Uh-uh.
Shoot, I would make mine go with me to the pedicure when I was married. Come on, cause your feet needs it.
So when you make your man get a
Come on, sing it again.
when you make a man get a bikini wax,
What I
right? But back to my one of my main topics I wanted to talk about. All right, so Congress did pass on Friday on actually they passed it on Wednesday last week, the stimulus package which Joe Biden signed on Thursday, and people started getting money as of Friday. I don't know if you got your money. I really don't care. But um, on an earlier video, I was complaining to you about Joe Biden not doing nothing, and now it seems like in one big swoop, he did a lot for people, poor people, namely black people, and he's also giving out. You already know about the stimulus package, and then you got the $300 for the kids, You know, it's a lot of stuff that he has done in this bill that really helps black people. You know, I found one thing that was very interesting. He provided something for black farmers that really will help them to be able to get through this crisis also. And there's a lot of people who were kind of appalled by that because it was specifically for black farmers. But if you think about it in this country's history, black farmers seem like they were the ones that was always left out in the cold when it came to their products and stuff like that. So to see somebody really doing that, I give the man credit. Now I was going to give him shit. I was ready to give him shit for real. You know that. But he did come through. I'm a little still mad about the $15 an hour thing, but you know what? If this is if this is a good consolation right here, then this is a very good start to what he's doing for the community that will help, the black community anyway. And not only the black community, but the poor community, the working class, it's really helping them to be it's really helping them to really build up. So I don't know what you think about that, if you heard me. What do you think?
I never doubted him.
I know you didn't.
And so what?
I know you didn't. I did.
Yep. But I mean, in his just piggybacking on what you said about you're still mad about the $15 an hour, but it was passed, but only for federal employees.
Okay.
And it's supposed to increase in increments over time till 2025 or something like that.
Here's the thing with the
is what I was reading.
Here's the thing with the $15 an hour, and I think it should have not. It should. I think there's a way where you can make it so that people who can't afford to pay it, like small businesses, don't have to pay it to their workers. Because you should be having part-time workers if you that fucking poor. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a whole bunch of like full-time workers if you can't pay the minimum fucking wage. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes down to like McDonald's, Walmart, Target, to places like that, you should be able to afford it. One moment, please. But like I said, it's like when I'm looking at everything right now, I do. If you haven't noticed, the price of rent has gone up extremely. You know what I mean? The price of rent is going up. The price of gas is up to $2.69. The fuck happening that with that in a year? Um, Everything's rising and people just don't have the money. I do say this though, the stimulus package does help people with their bills. Trust me, I know that this shit is helping with bills. I don't need no I don't need nobody to tell me that it's not. It is really helping people with their bills. So that is a very big function. People are upset about people getting money. I never understood that, but I really do see that it's helping people with their bills. People are excited because, maybe they are able to do things. And I always felt like this, and this is what I felt about reparations. I feel like if you give people the money that they deserve, and especially with people who are not used to having money, be honest with you, you'll be able to build up the economy a little bit better than giving the money to rich people. Because poor people, what are they going to do with their money when they get money? For the most part, because we're undisciplined.
Spend it.
We're going to spend it. And what happens when you spend money? The economy keeps rolling. And, that whole 1980 trickle down economics bullshit to keep all the rich people from paying taxes and shit like that, it's bullshit because rich people don't spend money like that. You know what I mean? Just because you're worth $1 billion or 10, $100 billion, you're not spending $100 billion. You're not spending $1 billion in the private sector where workers can get more money. You know what I mean? You ain't buying $1 billion worth of cars or nothing like that. Whereas poor people, you get a poor person $1,400 to $10,000, they spending it on cars, they spending it on clothes, they spending it on luxuries that they can't afford or they could not afford at one point in time. You know what I mean? So to give poor people money and that will help build up the economy way better than giving rich people tax breaks and bailouts. You know what I mean? The same situation when it comes down to reparations to me.
But
So
you
I
wanted
don't.
my input.
Yeah, I did.
Now
I did.
you,
Yeah,
now
that's why
you
I stopped.
stopped.
Yeah, I wanted your input, but
I mean, you was on the road, so I was just like, okay,
I just wanted your opinion on
he
that
he
because
going there.
no, I mean I got more to say on it. I just wanted your opinion because I can just dominate the whole conversation on that point because I always felt like when I hear people argument
Well,
about
all the memes that I keep hearing about is all the memes that I keep hearing about is um how everybody's spending their money pretty much. Same when they do with taxes, when they get their tax refund check back, spending on ridiculous stuff that you wouldn't get with your regular paycheck, you know.
yeah,
So I mean, it is what it is. If I knew what I knew now, I would be a much wealthier person right now
yeah,
than I am right now because I blew because nobody said, "Hey, girl, this is what's gonna happen as when you get older, you have kids and this that third.
mm-hmm,
You're gonna do this thing where it's talking about taxes,
mm-hmm,
and there's a possibility you might get a refund check if you have dependents. Well, if somebody had came back and said, "Hold on to that money," I might have would have listened.
see, but
But no, there was no everybody else is spending their check. So
that's the
I
thing.
spent mine too,
That's the thing though
year after year.
when it comes down to the black community. I'm not. See, I always see the black community, but we're gonna just put it for what it is. When you talk about poor people, people who are not really raised with money, we don't know how to have money. So we are when we get money, we're gonna spend it on the shit that makes us feel happy. It feels good going to the store and buying shit, don't it? You can't lie and say it don't feel good to buy shit.
It feels good, but
It's not smart though.
when I think about it now, where I could have kept it,
Mhm.
that don't feel good.
Yeah, it's not smart, but it feels good to actually buy shit. That's why when they say about reparations and it's not a good idea, they always get the point that black people now aren't slaves, so we can't be giving the money to people who ain't slaves, which is bullshit. Because how can you give it to somebody who died over 100 years ago? You know what I mean? But your your laws and stuff still hampered their ancestors all the way until today. We still see parts of that on police brutality and stuff like that. So it's not like you know the descendants of the slaves are doing way better in life where they don't have to worry about reparations at all. They're still always in the motherfucking back. And some people are fortunate enough to they can travel forward, but for the most part, we are still in the back of the fucking line. So what's the point of all that? You know what I'm saying? To say, oh,
Well,
you don't get
there's a, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you gonna say.
I was gonna say there is a town in the US that is giving their residents reparations for
Hey, ain't
Black
that in
community.
Oklahoma? I thought I heard
Um,
about that. Was that in Oklahoma? What city
I
is
don't
that?
remember I don't remember where I know I sat and I listened to the whole thing, and to the life of me, it wasn't recent that I looked at it, but for the most part, they're not giving them money straight to them.
Mhm,
Actually, they are. They're giving them money, and I want to say it's like 15,000 or 20,000, something
mhm,
like that
mhm,
per, I guess per Black person or whatever.
mhm,
And then they're giving money to like their schools and stuff like that. So there was a man on here who was like 92 years old,
mhm.
and he's just sitting here like, he's sitting here saying, I hope I get to see that money.
Yeah,
Basically, he's like, I hope I live long enough to see that money. I mean, he's 92 years old,
yeah.
and they redlined like all the communities in there
Mhm,
where they had Black people on this side, white people on this
mhm.
side, and they, you know, how they draw the neighborhood out
Yeah.
so that they can differentiate between values of the properties.
Yeah.
But I feel like they do that here too,
They do that everywhere.
because as close as we are located to the town, they consider us county.
Yeah.
As close as my aunt and uncle are to the town, they consider them county, but they make them pay county and city water,
Yeah.
both.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time I locked my keys out. I locked my keys in the car when the car was running.
Yeah.
I called up here at town and I asked, could you come unlock my door? Because I accidentally left my car running and my keys locked in the car. The guy told me no and to call the next town over because I was in the county.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. I called the next town over. And do you know they made him come and unlock my door? Because literally they're like 4 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
The police department in my town is 4 minutes away from my house. They're not gonna come, but they gotta travel 20 minutes to get to me, and then 20 minutes back when we're 4 minutes away.
Yeah.
So they called him and he had to come and unlock my door. He didn't like that at all. He had a face like the whole time he was doing it. Like, I'm sorry, dude.
I gotta
Do
say,
your job.
I got pulled over get my hair done during the Super Bowl around your area, and I gotta say they were some nice ass cops. So I'm not gonna. The normal cops did their thing.
It all depends on who, and it all depends on what your experience with police has been before. Because I'm almost betting, was he in a Jeep?
Yeah. How you know?
Okay, this same guy stopped me last week, I think it was, or it was after I did your hair.
Yeah.
He stopped me and he tried to say, now he was on my road traveling way too fast going through town, and I was getting ready to make a right and he was going straight.
Yeah.
And he was too close over, so he almost hit me. You know, this fool had the audacity to turn around and tell me that I didn't stop at the stop sign. I said, how come I didn't?
Oh, wow.
I said, you didn't even see me stop at the stop sign because I stopped back there. I was coming up here past the stop sign because I'm making a right turn. The stop sign's way back here. But to get on this road, I have to come way up here because there's another road that ventures out to the right. So I have to go this way. I have to stop back here and then go this way. Gave my license, whatever. Because I argue with these people down here because
got nothing better to do.
I mean, you're not gonna give me no ticket for nothing. Yeah. I'm not going to court for nothing. I'm not paying court costs for nothing. Okay, this is not my first rodeo, buddy. I'm not about to do it. So he goes, oh, you're a bus driver? You know, and I know that I do not drive the bus anymore. Yeah. I say, yes, sure. He was like, well, you have a good day. I'll just let you go with a warning. Bitch, you don't let me go with nothing because I didn't run the stop sign. You were about to hit me, and I wish you had her because I'd have a brand new fucking car right now. Dummy.
You're right.
That pissed me off. Don't sit up here and tell me I ran the stop. Hell. When I stopped back here, you was nowhere in sight. You were coming too fast, coming through the town, coming through that road, and you about hit me. Not the other way around, bruh, because you was too close to on my side anyway when I was trying to pull to make that right. Talking about and that's not the only one. They've had other ones that come here, then they leave and go somewhere else. So the other dude, this was back in 2013, maybe. This dude, he's gonna say that we didn't stop at a stop sign. That's just the common thing that they do down here. You didn't stop. I was like, okay, what stop sign was it, sir? My mother was driving. I was just in the car with her because we were leaving from my grandmother's house because she had passed away. I said, what stop sign was it? Because I know all the stop signs here. I know the roads too. He said the stop sign where he was parked at, because there was a stop sign there where he was at, not where we were at. The way we come down the road, you go all the way down the road. There's no stop sign from when you make a left all the way up. until you get to the light. Not a stop sign in sight. He gonna get behind us that we didn't stop at stop sign. I said, young man, because I felt like I was older than him. I said, young man, that's where you were stopped at. You were stopped at the stop sign. There was no stop sign where we were at. My mom was like, shh, shh, shh. I'm like, no, I'm not shushing. Because he's trying to give us a ticket or trying to give you a ticket for nothing. And we're not going to court for nothing because you're not giving us a ticket for nothing. Sorry that you wanted to see who was in the car. There's a bunch of people in here because my grandmother passed away. You're not about to do us like that. He let us go to warning.
See, I got pulled over in I think in September, and I was coming home from Charlotte. I went to pick up a some kind of dresser from somebody, and apparently the cop ran my tags and said my license was suspended, whatever. But my thing was, why did you even follow me in the first place? You know what I mean? Because I didn't. I drove like I drove. You drove. You see me drive before. You know I drive like an old fucking lady. Um,
Mhm.
but but they were very insistent to check my car. Now, mind you, I had a bottle of something in my car, but it wasn't even like I was drinking at the time. You know what I mean? And so I don't go through my car. I'm guessing he was looking for drugs, and the cop specifically said that he was looking for meth or or heroin or some shit like that because Stanley County is the state's leading heroin area. I don't know that shit. I told him I don't know that. I'm from New Jersey. I don't know that shit. But he let me go and shit like that. But it was just a fact that I felt targeted because I was in a car, a red car. And I ain't driving a fucking Benz. It's a fucking Volkswagen. What the fuck? But I felt like I'm being targeted on that point. But the first cop, he was a little bit of a dick. The sheriff was a dick, but the city cop came in and he was pretty cool. You know what I mean? But it's funny how, as black people, we all have that story of some ignorant ass cop. Actually, we got multiple stories of ignorant ass cops harassing us for no
I
reason.
was getting ready to say, I have several,
It's not. I
several,
trust.
all the way
I know. I can't.
started when I was 19. No, I was 16. Started when I was 16 years old.
Mhm.
The very first time I got stopped by a police officer, and I found out later what type of police officer he was, because he had a whole bunch of stories behind him. But
Mhm.
he stopped me right here, down here at this road.
Mhm.
So I was taking my cousin's home.
Mhm.
They said I had a tail light out. I wasn't speeding. We weren't doing nothing in the car illegal. Hell, we were very, because you talking about back in the early 2000s,
Mhm.
late 90s. We wasn't doing nothing in that damn car.
Mhm.
We was too scared. We were through there. Hell.
The mama whooped that
And
ass.
exactly. So he pulled me over, said I had a busted tail light. I drop my cousins off, I go home. I was like, Dad, police officer said I have a busted tail light, but I can't tell where the tail light is busted at.
Mhm.
My dad goes back there and checks it. You ain't got it, but there's not a busted tail light on this car.
Mhm.
Not at all. He just wanted to see who was in the car.
Yeah.
And then he's like, who was the arresting officer? Who was the officer? I was like, Hyatt.
See, I know. I don't be knowing.
And everybody knows the reputation of that dude down here.
Mm.
So
I had I had a
it
situation.
is what it is.
I had two situations. I got two situations. I got one in Jersey and one in South Carolina. One night, it was it was October 31st. I was how was it? 1998. I remember this day perfectly. I'm driving through this town in Jersey, little small town. Now, I always tell people this shit like y'all think the racism is bad here, but the racism is in Jersey is a different type of thing going on where even though there's a lot of progressives up there, there's a lot of racist ideals. So I was driving through this one particular town. I drove. To, I was the only person in the car at the job at the time. I don't know how that happened. I went to the town the first time. It was me, this light skinned Spanish dude, and these three white guys in the car. Did not get pulled over, not once. Go back to the job, pick up my homeboy, his sister, my sister, and this other black dude. We had to go through the same damn town, Merchantville. We went through the town. Cop, I'm going this way. The cop coming this way. The cop turns and do a U-turn, pulls me over, and he tells me that I was doing, I was going over the speed limit. I was going over 35 miles an hour in the town. And I'm thinking to myself, how would he know that if I'm going this way and he's going that way? I'm passing him. He's not even stationary. So how you going to judge my speed like that? Long story short, I ended up having to go to court for. He ended up not giving me a ticket for speeding. More or less, he gave me a ticket for not giving him my paperwork because I was not getting out of my car to go in the trunk when my mom kept her paperwork. Well, I got a not having documents ticket, and he let me on my way. That was the first story. My second story, I got other stories, but these two are just stay in my mind the most. The second story is I was talking to this girl in South Carolina, and she invited me to this kickback out in where she lived at. So I go out there, I see her and stuff like that. And the guy at the kickback had a bar, but he was charging like money for the drinks. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, this is your fucking garage. Why the fuck are you charging me money? Anyway, fuck it. I go to the only bank in town. There's only one fucking bank in town. One bank. So I go to this little rinky dink ass bank. And the crazy thing is, I didn't know where to get the money from. So she said, "Oh, the girl that I was talking to at the time, she was like, "Oh, take my cousin. She'll show you where the bank is," while she was staying at the party. I said, "All right, whatever, let's go." So we driving and shit like that. And I got the girl in the car on my passenger side. I drive the bank, get the $20 out, as I'm driving back home. And usually I'm like on alert. I know where the cops are. This motherfucker came out of the darkness. Wait. Pull me the fuck over. He said, license and registration. Now, I can't find my license nowhere. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't find my license. And he was like, yeah, why you out here this and this and this and this and this? I said, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, I'm scared as hell because, if you ain't got your information in South Carolina, they lock you the fuck up. And I did not want to go to South
Mhm.
Carolina jail. Anyway, the girl says, let me handle this. I got this. Don't you know this motherfucking bitch get out the motherfucking car, goes back there and talk to this cop, gets in the car and tell me, okay, you can go. And he'll come back. He says, all right, you can go, sir. I'm driving back down the road and he was like, she was like, yeah, I know him. And I told him I'll take care of him special. And unbeknownst to me, she was a fucking hooker. My, the girl I was talking to, her cousin was a hooker. And she knew the cop because she was giving this nigga head at night. You should be giving this nigga the head every night. So apparently he must have thought I was buying her, but I wasn't.
Oh.
But she went back there and talked to him and said, she said, you know what? I'm gonna take care. I told him I'm gonna take care of. If he let you go, I'll take care of him real good, suck his dick real good. I was like, what the fuck? I drive back to the place. Apparently, old girl who I was talking to at the time didn't know that her cousin was a hoe, a professional hoe. She comes back and like she said, her friends told her, you let your the dude that you brought up here come in the car with your cousin. You know what she is? And then it was a big ass mess. But I was thinking to myself, all right, so you gonna pull me over for no reason because I got the ticket in my car. And only reason you pull me over is because you fucking her. I'm not fucking this bitch. You fucking her. I'm like, that was some bullshit right there. And I say bitch, but it
Mm.
is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking her. Why the fuck are you pulling me the fuck over when you fucking her? And you just mad because she's in the car with me? I'm not getting nothing from this motherfucker. But that shit was the craziest story that ever happened to me with a cop. Like when she got out that motherfucking car, I was like,
Oh, well,
wow. When she got in the car and said, "You can go," I looked at her like, really? And he just came back. Be safe. And let me drive the fuck home. I was like, oh my god, this shit was.
that's not the greatest that I have encountered. I got pulled over. I think I was 19 that day. And me, my brothers, and my cousin had just left the pool. My mother had told me to return a movie to a Blockbuster. Like, you know how old I am.
Yeah.
We returned the movie to Blockbuster. We all walked in there. We walking back to the car, and a police officer pulls up into the driveway, and he's sitting there talking to this other lady in the parking lot. So we back out. I back out, and I go along my merry way. I don't think nothing else of it. You know, that same police officer pulled behind me and stopped me when I was on my way home.
For what?
He was like, I got a call that a bunch of children were driving around in a vehicle.
Okay.
First of all, whoever told you that needs to mind their own fucking business. But he was like, I was like, well, I said, I'm the only person driving this car. I'm the only one that was driving this car. So, what do you need? Because he was like, I was just standing here, like, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. Like, I'm the only person who's driving this car. So, what do you need? And I think I might not have been 19, I might have been 18. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here waiting for him to ask me for a license registration. He says he needs everyone's license. I said, I'm the only one with a license.
You're the only one driving. So
my brother doesn't drive.
He wanted everybody ID though, didn't he?
Right. I said he's 15, even though he's taller than me. He's only 11. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, my brother was 10. I said he's only 10. And I said she's 14. Nobody in here has a license but me. I'm 18. Mm-hmm. I said, so here's mine. I'm the person that's been driving this car. He takes my license, goes back to his car, looks around, says, here you go, you're free to go. Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn, they think that my brother was driving the car. I mean, we do look alike. We favor. Yeah. But we don't favor that much.
I got you. Because either he like a girl or you look a man.
I mean, he was a 10-year-old boy.
Exactly.
But I mean, even at 10, my brother was as tall as I was. Mm-hmm. The one that's right below me, he was definitely taller than I was. Mm-hmm. And then my cousin, me and her, she was shorter than me, mm-hmm. but by a hair, like she was shorter than me. Mm-hmm. But I'm sitting here like, I wanted to turn back around and go to that Blockbuster and be like, which one of y'all motherfuckers in here call the police on us to say we were just riding around? No, like I don't have license.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened was he seen y'all in the fucking car, and when he seen y'all, he went after y'all, and that was just an excuse.
Somebody told him. Yes, they did. Somebody called him because he pulled up first and went to another person's van.
Oh, okay.
And was asking her questions. Oh, yeah. Somebody called.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, somebody called because we were both in vans. And I was already in mine, and we were pulling out. I was getting ready to go on home. And he was still stuck there talking to that person. Then he came in right behind me. Yeah. Somebody called.
I get what you're saying.
And I should have turned my ass around and went back to Blockbuster and cussed every last one of them out and then gave him a reason to call the police officer back over there for a disturbance. Because that was some bullshit.
It's like this. I want to say it like this. I feel like and the biggest thing, we got to this subject, but the biggest thing is because I was looking at a show that was on YouTube. It was like a show from this girl who does like commentary and shit like that. And it's funny how many black people have this fucking story. and she like usually when I listen to certain shit, I feel like I know a lot about Black history and I look at Black history a lot. But she broke down the Second Amendment in a way where I felt like, damn, I didn't know it was because of that. All right, so when you hear about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, what does that mean to you?
When I hear about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms,
Yeah,
I mean, it means that supposedly we're all supposed to have the right to bear arms, but I don't feel like this is meant for that.
yeah,
I don't feel like I don't feel like, and I still don't feel like there's a lot of stuff in the well, we're talking about the Second Amendment, so keep going about the Second Amendment. I have other amendments that I would like to
yeah. There's a lot of
bring
them.
up.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that. Just the Second Amendment now. We can go through the other ones later. But all right, so she broke it down as in the fact that the Second Amendment was the way she broke it down. The Second Amendment was that the law was, hold on. But yeah, like the Second Amendment, she way she broke down the Second Amendment was like, okay, that makes sense. See, because we are always taught that the right to bear arms was to protect the nation against foreign invaders. But in reality, the reason why they put the Second Amendment into the Constitution was to make sure that the slave owners and the slave holders were able to protect themselves against their slaves and slave uprisings. So those are the reasons why they kept their guns. I mean, she broke down that. She broke down the fact that, how the militias start off as slave catchers going after slaves to the militia, and then they turn into the to the Continental Army, till they turn to slave catchers again. Then they turn it into like the Ku Klux Klan, and then they turned it into the police. The way she broke it down was so great. I'll send you the link to it because she really broke that down to the point where it was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense on why. Um, it makes a lot of sense on why things were the way they were. You know what I mean? The way things are the way they are. So you're right. When it comes down to the Second Amendment, um, being not for us, it's not really for us, me and you. It's for the other. You know,
That
and they're the ones
I
who
know that.
they made that for. We were not supposed to be in the Second Amendment. Think about it like this.
The only reason why we're in the three-fifths rule is because of the population thing. They wanted to, you needed bodies for, but yet they couldn't count us as one whole person.
Yeah,
One, like me, I'm a person, you're a person.
yeah,
It was, you take three-fifths of a person to make a person so that you could, for the population,
yeah.
to be counted as a part of the
Yeah,
population.
and it's
It
always been
wasn't
like that.
to make us even, yeah, and I feel like it never changed. I feel like that's why the population still has us at 13%. There's no fucking way we're still 13% after this long.
I'm with you on that. I don't believe that the population of black people is only 14, 13, 14, 15%. I'm 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 baffled at the fact that you can actually say that black people in this country is only 13%, where you see black people every fucking where. So I'm leaning closer to 30, 40% at the most. And you know what I mean? Because I don't think it's 13%. That is crazy. Let's think that it's 13% of black people in this country. I still think that white is the majority, but I don't think black is that much far from the majority as they try to put it up as 13%. That's ridiculous. That's why the black vote counts so fucking much. If we were only 13%, the black vote wouldn't count so much. You get what I mean? So
Exactly.
that's
They
why
wouldn't go after, they wouldn't go after 13% of the population.
you
They
wouldn't.
wouldn't actually go in for the black vote.
Yeah,
They wouldn't do
but
that if
try
we
to
were just
suppress the black vote
13%.
13%. So in a way, it's not that's not accurate to me at all. So yeah, I'm with you on that. But like I said, she brought up some very interesting points when it came down to American history because she was trying to make the case for White History Month, but her points were valid. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just go.
You're not in the mic.
I'm getting ready to round it up right here, though. It's like I said before, you were more hopeful about him than I am, and I still am on a wait and see basis. But at the moment, I can't lie. He did what he said he was going to do, and he's trying to get the nation running. He's trying to get 1 million people with the vaccine. He's what is it, 1 million, 2 million? He's already he's more than 3/4 of the way there already, and he said that he want to get 1 million people with the vaccine by May. So you can't really complain about what he is doing as a president at the moment. You know what I mean? Of course,
We can't.
yeah. But like I was saying, I feel like when it comes down to the actual stimulus package, I do agree with the stimulus package. I still find it interesting. I know we talked about this the last time we spoke about how the Republicans did not want the bill, but they also taking credit for the bill. I don't know how you do that, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, it's he's still I'm still watching, but I gotta say I was very impressed that this bill is for people, even for people who may not deserve it because they didn't want it. But it's really helping people out for their bills, for their rent. You know what I mean? Trying to take care of things, make sure they don't get to kick the fuck out their houses. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing.
Right.
Or it's helping them pay their bills so they can get on their feet and move on. So I can't, I can't knock what he did. You know what I mean? Maybe he needs to do a little bit more, maybe, but right now I can't complain. He's doing his thing. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
The stimmy.
Stimmies, Money Bag Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, go ahead.
Kirk Franklin apologized for cussing out his son.
You know what?
But we still love you, Kirk. We still love you.
You know what, though? You know what? His son, 30-something years old?
33.
Man, he's 33 fucking years old. Why curse that motherfucker out? That motherfucker deserved that shit. Then the fact that he recorded that shit and put it on fucking Instagram, YouTube, whatever the fuck it was, man, fuck him. Now they cool, they good, they back together, they good, all that shit. But I feel like that was a sucker ass move to put that on YouTube and put your dad out there like that. Come on, man, that's crazy as hell. Come on, you told me a grown ass motherfucker who don't curse.
Trying to be like he ain't a saint like you say.
Man, you show me a motherfucker.
Actually, what saint do you know don't curse?
Yeah, who the fuck don't curse?
The nuns curse.
Everybody curse. Everybody use curse words.
The nuns.
Stop.
Nuns curse.
Come on.
Nuns curse and drink like sailors.
Exactly. Stop it. You know what I mean? So I had no problems with what the fuck he did. He got mad. He told his son he gonna break his foot up in his ass. That shit was funny as hell. But I have no problems with that though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get gangster on your son. His son thought he was sugar sweet. He turned it on. He got sour. He got sour like vinegar, bull. And he was all up into something, but like, I will break my foot up in your ass. Don't you ever disrespect me. I died laughing. That was the funniest. All right. Also, pop culture news. Megan Thee Stallion won 3 Grammys this weekend. I didn't even know that bitch was actually on TV. Not Megan Thee Stallion's not the bitch. I'm talking about the Grammys. I did not know that the Grammys was on TV on Sunday. This is how much
I did. It was on late.
Oh, I'm out of the music scene, period.
It was on late.
It was weird.
And Beyonce, she done won the most Grammys out of women or men.
You know what? Yeah, maybe. I'm starting to believe that the Grammys, and I think the Grammys are fixed. Nas got a fucking Grammy Award for Best Rap Album. I didn't even know Nas had an album out, dog. I'm not going to listen to it at all because, Nas ain't my dude. I mean, he's decent as a rapper.
Everybody down here going to listen to it because everybody's related to Nas down here.
Where is he from? He's supposed to be from the South.
He's from here.
Nah,
Like he was
we
born down here. Like he's related to the Butlers.
in Norwood,
He's related
Outlaw.
to, I guess, I don't know exactly where down here, but in these areas, because he's related to my cousin them. But I'm related to my cousin them, but we're related by marriage, I guess you
Okay,
could say.
yeah.
So yeah, he's related to a lot of
Apparently,
folks down here. So,
apparently, I'm related to Casey and JoJo Helly. They're my cousins on my dad's
yeah,
side.
a lot of people down here related to him too.
Well, first of all, I
And Calvin Richardson,
mm, only reason I know this is because Helly's are very.
Calvin Richardson.
I don't know who Calvin Richardson is.
He like had to act with Casey and JoJo. He wasn't singing with them like with Jodeci or anything, but
You know about Dalvin?
I don't know, maybe he was under them or something like that. I don't know.
No, no, I know for a fact
But
that
he's from
Casey
here.
and JoJo, they're from Monroe, and like for a fact, this was like a long time ago. I found out about this, but honestly, anybody with the last name Helly, I'm related to. Now, if you live in North Carolina, you got the last name Helly. There's a very good chance you're my cousin. The Helly family is very big down here.
Until you come across a white person
No, no,
and
no,
their
no,
last name is Haley,
no,
and you're
no,
like,
no. Seriously, there are white Hellies in my family that are my cousins. We don't talk to them, but there are cousins that are white Hellies because they did intermingle.
I know that, but
So,
the whole premise is you like, oh, you got my last name. Then you like, you
you
got
right,
my last name.
yeah, that type of situation.
Your family own my family.
Exactly. And also the Watsons. Um,
That's the premise.
huh? Yeah. The Watsons. As a guy with the last name Watson down here, I know I can almost I don't know it. I don't know it to be true because nobody told me it. But if you gave me money to bet, I swear to goodness, I know that he's my cousin. Like, um, I got he looks like my family on the Watson side. He's dark, just like the Watsons. He is he looked like a Watson. He looked like my grandpa. He reminded me of my grandpa when he was if my grandpa was a young man, he would look like my grandpa. That's how much of a Watson he looks like.
So you know Charlie?
Anybody? No,
You
I don't
remember
know Charlie.
Charlie?
No.
Yes, you do. Charlie from the job,
Yeah.
from Optum.
Okay.
I swore up and down that he was related to us because I said, look at you, no neck. You look just like my dad's side of the family over there
Exactly.
with your no neck self.
No, I'm telling you, I like literally.
So yeah.
I know this dude could is like the chances of him being my cousin is almost. I'm like 95% sure that this nigga is my cousin. Shit. Matter of fact, it's funny we talk about Casey and JoJo. Matter of fact, my sister used to work with their sister at the nursing home, so that's how that relationship was built with that. And apparently, being related to
Hmm.
Casey and JoJo means I'm related to Fantasia, who's from High Point. I wouldn't know all this thing because
Yes,
guess
they
what?
related to.
Huh? Yeah, they're related to Casey. Fantasia related to Casey and JoJo too.
Yeah, those Barinos are out there in Oakboro.
See, there you go. Now, like I said, from being from Jersey, you don't get to know that part of the family, but we did. But interesting.
Down here, you got black Cosins, white Cosins, you got black Kindles,
Yeah,
white Kindles, you got black Richardsons, white Richardsons. It's
yes,
like you could trace your bloodline back if you really wanted to.
yes,
But there's a lot of white folks walking around here perpetrating like they not black.
yes.
And that one drop rule, baby, you black. Because somebody in there, it ain't just an ownership thing. Where did my
You
where
like,
my skin flesh come from?
yeah, you like. I know
Where my skin flesh come from, my nigga?
exactly.
I
And
say my nigga because my nigga.
It's funny. And the last thing we can talk about, we were talking about this before we started recording. Um, now we both heard the story about the guy who killed the 4 people over a stimulus check, right? And my thing is, it's funny to me. I feel like the media made that type of comment not because of the stimulus check itself. When you make a comment about black person and stimulus check, it makes it seem like black people are doing wrong, and the wrong reason you give them money, they don't know how to control themselves. The narrative is this: this
Hmm.
black dude killed this baby mom, her brother, her cousin, and her daughter because he was an abusive he was an abusive person. Period. Not only black, he was abusive. He used to beat on her. She
The
was
baby
scared.
mama's mama.
No, the baby mama, he used to beat on his baby mama. He's beat on her.
Mm-mm. Well, he didn't kill her though.
He killed the baby mom,
Mm-mm. He killed the baby mama's mama,
her
her
brother,
brother,
her cousin,
her cousin,
and her daughter.
and this other lady that was there.
No, it was her daughter.
And no. Her other daughter that wasn't his daughter.
Yeah,
Because he took
his
their
daughter.
daughter
Yeah,
and put her in the car
yeah,
and drove off. And then she got out the car and ran for her life
yeah.
and left her child in the car.
Oh,
That I would have never done. I would have died with my baby. But her baby they found the baby unharmed
okay. Well,
because he went back in the house to go get a bottle for the baby.
anyway, this the story to me was like this to me. I feel like you made the story. The media made the story into a story about a black man going crazy over a stimulus check. Now that was the argument, but the woman already said that the baby, her baby father, had a gun. He would threaten her. He would come through, and like he was already harassing them before the stimulus check. The stimulus check was just
Mhm.
icing on the cake. You get what I'm saying? So instead of reporting the full story instead of putting that as the headline of abusive boyfriend kills baby mom or kills have starts a quadruple homicide, you put it as family kills each other over stimulus check. You know what I mean? So that's sensationalized, saying that black people are so greedy that they're gonna kill each other over this $1,400, which wasn't true. It was one black man who was abusive, who needed to be taken care of anyway. He wasn't right with his own daughter like that, you know. That's just my take on it. You know what I mean? You know, it's like
Well,
it's
that's how they got. That's how they. That's huh.
no, you know,
Oh, that's how they get you to read it.
yeah.
That's the clickbait of it.
And
That's
you
how
know
they get
what?
you to read
It
the story
worked.
because
It worked because I read it,
you didn't right,
but when after I read it,
right. You didn't
and
know
got
was
yeah, after I read it and got the story though, you know, 'cause unfortunately, when people see that, a lot of people not going to read the story. They're just going to see the headline, like, look at them niggas again. They just can't have no money. Why are we going to get these niggas money? You get what I'm saying? It's not like they're going to read this thing. It's just, you know, they just want to use the clickbait. See, you give a nigga
but
money,
it
let
doesn't
them kill each
have
other.
the one that I saw didn't have black people on it.
Oh yeah, no, the one I saw had the dad. The dad was a black dude getting arrested. The mom, no, then they showed the brother, the cousin, the mom, and the daughter on the front page. I seen multiple ones, so it's not like this was the only one. So I
But
mean that
he killed two men,
two men,
the
a
his
woman,
baby's mama's mama
and a
and a
little
daughter.
girl, and the
Because
little
the
girl.
baby mama lived.
Okay, and the little girl.
The
I
little
mean,
girl was 7.
yeah. So that was horrible, you know. And I'm a black man. I hope the motherfucker get buried under the jail. I hope they burn his ass, fry his ass, put poison in his ass, whatever they have to do to kill this nigga, kill this nigga. That you don't do shit like that over some fucking money, just because you can't
Um,
control somebody. And that's all it was about control.
$1,400,
It,
and she was gonna give him some of the money.
it was all about
That's
control.
like,
It wasn't like he cared about the money. It was more like he was trying to control her, and the fact that he couldn't control her, he acted like an ass. So if they need to fry his ass the fuck up.
yeah, they talked to somebody
Mm-hmm.
towards the end of the article I read
Mm-hmm.
that the dude didn't have nothing. He had never had nothing, never held a job,
Mm-hmm.
never, whatever, whatever. And so they were trying to say that because of him not having anything, he just wanted to take from her because she had a successful business
Mm-hmm.
that she was running
Mm-hmm.
for one, and he felt like he could just take from her, and so that because she wouldn't give him the money, that he was just going to take
Yeah.
what he could from her. So yeah, that was a control thing,
Mm-hmm.
but also, and I'm just playing. I'm not gonna play devil's advocate. I'm just gonna say this: if you know that's the type of Negro that you're dealing with, 50B. I know it. I know it's just a piece of paper for some of them because they don't give a shit. But don't be. Tell your family this nigga is crazy. He will harm us. Get the fuck away from here. I just seen him up the road because they said that she was out there watching her car. I wouldn't give a shit about my car. First of all, if I got people at my house, yeah, hey y'all, get the
See,
fuck on away from here.
that's the
Because this
thing
dude
though.
crazy. I'm getting ready to leave
That's
too.
that's the thing though. Like this is what I mean when you see here half the story. This motherfucker put sugar in her car. He shot bullet holes in her car. This motherfucker was doing all kind of extra ass shit. Like literally, this nigga was
So
doing
I would, and he would have been extra ass in jail.
like you know what I mean. You
He
couldn't
would have
prove
been
it,
in motherfucking jail.
but he was
It
doing
don't
extra.
matter.
He was doing extra shit. That's the problem.
Now,
Like yo,
I would have said, I would have went to the courthouse. I think a lot of people are afraid to go to court.
yeah, they are.
And I would have went straight up to that magistrate, and I would have petitioned the court for 50B, and I would have said I'm in fear of my life, and I want these people to be protected too. Because if you've ever done a 50B, they say these people, these people live with me, or they're at my house a lot. I want these people protected, this person, my other child, and myself, and and my other baby. I want them all protected because I fear for my life.
But
You don't put sugar in my tank, bullet holes in my car,
do you think
my nigga.
you think he cared about any of that? He went up there arguing about motherfucking simple shit. So that
I wouldn't have been up there watching my car, I tell you that.
yeah,
Because you come to my house, I got something for you. Okay?
exactly.
I got three. Eeny, meeny, miny, and mo. Come on up here if you want to.
Amy Money Mo, that's four.
Now,
You got,
no,
you got a secret
no,
house name?
eeny, meeny,
Mighty Mo.
money,
That's four.
eeny, meeny, miny, and mo.
You stupid. I'm done with you. Trying to make it better. All right. Well, you know what?
Fix that right fast.
We're gonna conclude it on that point. You know what I'm saying? So next week we can go on and get into another subject. It's funny, things are happening very fast. And before I get off, like I said, I want to shut it down, but can I be remissing if I don't mention this was a year ago today was the beginning of the lockdown for coronavirus. Was it today or yesterday? Either way, a year ago, coronavirus really came into our lives and things are starting to like um really dissipate with that. But I just remember at the job they gave us a computer said you're gonna work from home. I hated the idea, but that was one of the biggest things I got, and just a change of people's lifestyles. And now, I really don't think that even when this thing is supposed to be going all gone, I think we're gonna be wearing face masks for the rest of our lives. So It has been a year today or yesterday. All right. Is there anything else you want to say?
I hope we're not wearing face masks for the rest of our lives. It seemed like it, but I hope the fuck not.
All right. Well, we will see. But we'll figure out some more to talk about next week. I don't know. Sometimes we go out on a tangent. But I am Tom Lamar, and she is,
Winters,
wow, really. Let's do this again. I am Tom Lamar, and she is,
2 winters,
and this is,
talking shit with TNT.
all right. We out, y'all. Catch y'all later. Bye.